بسم الله الحمد لله ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف النبيين وإمام المرسلين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه فمن تبع الإحسان أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Respected students, I welcome you back to the continuation of our lesson 3 where we are looking at Makhaarijil Huruf. So the Arabic letters addresses. In our last lesson, which is our lesson 3 part 1. So today is going to be part 2. Part 2, as I have told us earlier, we divided it into just 4 parts. So that we will not rush it and we can get it better. So today we are going, the last one we look at the letters of the throat, where we say there are 6 of them. Today we are going to be looking at letters of the tongue. Like I told us, we have 3 main articulation: the throat, the tongue, and the lip. So the tongue, fortunately, took the highest number of letters. It has 18 letters. 18 letters pronounced with the tongue. But we have broken it down, since I told us we have the back of the tongue, the middle of the tongue, the side of the tongue. We have the front of the tongue, and we equally have the what? The tip of the tongue. So we are going to be looking at first, today we are going to be looking at the back, middle, and the side of the tongue. So the first one, let me say back of the tongue. Back of the tongue. Back. If I write back, I don't have to write of the tongue. So the letters from the back of the tongue, we have the first one is cough. Cough. Please say it. Cough.
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 If you want to know where its articulation, just say up, 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 up. You will notice that the back of the tongue is touching the upper part, that the softer parts of the palate, that is also the back of the palate, the softer part of the palate. So you say up, up, up. Up. You see your tongue, the back one, is raising up to touch the softer parts of the palate. So hence, cough is the letter of the tongue, but from the back of the tongue. Another one, the next letter that is equally from the back of the tongue is calf. Is what?
Calf.
Calf. Say it.
Calf.
If you want to get its articulation, just say arc, 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 arc. So the difference between, if you are not careful, cough and calf, because their articulation are very, very close. So you may, that's why you see some people pronouncing both of them without difference. But one needs to be very, very, to get the sound, the pronunciation very clear, and the articulation. The cough is going to be what? The back of the tongue touches soft palate. Soft palate. But in this case, back of the tongue, okay, do I need to write back of the tongue touches the soft and hard palate. So that is for that. So the next, we are done with that. Those are the two letters that are originated from the back of the tongue. So the next one, we are going to the middle. Let me change this. So the first one is what? G. Gym.
Gym.
So call it gym.
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 If you want to get its articulation, which part of the mouth is moving to meet another part, to pronounce this gym, just say aj, 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 aj. You notice that it is the middle part of the tongue that is coming to touch the roof of the mouth. That's the upper, and that's the palate. The middle of the tongue goes to touch the middle of our palate. Okay, that is one from the. Another one is what? Shin. Okay, shin is another letter that originated from the middle of the tongue. Call it, say shin.
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 Ashin.
Ashin.
Ash.
Ash.
Ash. Ash. So if you notice, you will see that the middle part of the tongue move up, but it did not really touch. That is, there is a little space between the middle palate and the middle of the tongue to allow air in. So that is the difference. For gym, it touches. For shin, it gives a little space between the middle of the tongue and the upper palate. So this one, aj, aj, ash, ash, ash. Okay, the next one is what? Is ya. Say it, ya.
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 Aya.
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 Ay. 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 Okay, so for ya, the middle part of the tongue move a little bit up, but not as close to the middle palate like that of the shin. It also has a space, but its own space is more than that of the space between the middle palate and that of ya. So quickly, the address of this, we can say the middle of the tongue, the middle touches the middle of the palate. But for this one we can say it touches it strong. That if I say strong, what I mean is that the way it touches it very strong. But that of shin is, I will put medium, because this one is more softer. That of ya is more softer. So this, we say the middle of, you already know that it's the middle of the tongue. Do not really touch the middle palate. So I call it medium. Let me call it medium. Just to differentiate with that of ya. But for ya, the middle of the tongue, middle do not really touch as well. So let me now call it soft. So what I mean by that is this one is more softer, that of ya. If you want to pronounce the space between the middle of the tongue and the upper palate, so is more compared to that of a she. So the last we are going to be looking at today is going to be that of the side. The side, we have two of them from the side. Side. If I say side, I mean side of the tongue. I mean what? Side of the tongue. So the first one is what? A door. Looking at this is what? Door. Please say it. Door.
Do.
Door.
Do.
Door.
Do.
Door.
Do.
Outdoor.
Outdoor.
If you watch in pronunciation of this door, you will see as if the tongue write a shape like a U, as if it curves like this. So when it curves like this, if you want to decide the two sides of the tongue, if this is the upper palate, the tongue curves a little bit like this. So this side of the tongue, they are going to be touching the upper, is going to be touching our palate. Ball, you are going to so ball, ball. So that's how door is pronounced. The side of the tongue and the upper palate. Side with palate. Okay, the last but not the least, letters of the tongue we are going to be looking at. Don't forget the letter of the tongue, I say there are 18, and we have not looked at that of the frontal part and that of the tip of the tongue. But for this lesson, our part 2, we are going to be stopping here so that we can go and practice this set very well before in our subsequent letters we are going to continue, because the letter of the tongue is much, so that's why we've broken the lesson into two. So is lam. Is what?
Lam.
Lam. Say it.
Lam.
So if you lam, if you look at lam, it's equally the side of the tongue, but the difference is that when you are pronouncing do, it is the full length of the side, but for lam, it is only the side, the frontal side. Guys, let me say from here. Just the frontal side of the tongue, but for bo, it is the full length side when your tongue curves like this. So the full length side touches the upper. But for lam, it is just only the side here and the side here. That's the frontal part of the side of the tongue. Allah. So now, if I say side of the tongue, let me say full length. Full length. Okay? But for this one, side of the tongue, side with palate. But at this time around, it is what? It is what? The frontal side. Frontal. So, the frontal side. So, quickly, let me quickly come again. This one, up, up, up. If you want to get where it's coming from, just attach a to it. It is Q, just attach an A. Up, up. This one, K, just attach A. Ak, ak, ak. This one is J, Jim. Attach A, aj, aj, aj. This one, ash, ash, ash. This one is Y, aj, aj, ajya, ajya, ajya. This one is ball. No, you don't have its replica in English language. Dog. This one, Allah. So this is where we are going to be stopped. Please, respected students, ensure you practice very, very well. So I pray that Allah grant us better understanding beyond the explanation we have made. Azza wa sallallahu ala nabiyyil Mustafa wa ala alihi wa ashabihi al-ayyar wa sallim tasliman kaseera. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you in my next lesson. Bye.